Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge releases on June 23rd. This set imports cards from a huge variety of OCG exclusive products that Jerome thought wouldn't sell well because they have names like Premium Pack or Secret Utility Box instead of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen in IMAX 3D or whatever. Because of that, I kind of have to just guess what's actually in this set to get this script finished on time, like I'm trying to guess how much money I owe the IRS. Not that I've ever done that, because as a person who, in the eyes of the United States government, tragically passed away in 2015, I never pay taxes and never miss an election. Here's everything you need to know. Assault Synchron is a level 2 tuner that can special summon itself and burn you for 700, then lock you to synchros while it's on the field. Also, when a dragon synchro is tributed or banished, it can banish itself from grave to summon that monster back. This card enabled some very silly plays with our magical father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, in the OCG, because not only was he a dark you could add off the mills, but also a completely free extender that could tune a Bestial into Chaos Ruler and could revive the Chaos Ruler after it banished itself from the field. But all that information is useless to you unless you're playing Master Duel, which has already had this card for 2 months, so instead we gotta talk about Ass Dragon.
Jerry, I'm Cosmo Kramer, the Yes Man!
In addition to being a target for its effect to revive, Assault Synchron's graveyard effect will also trigger when you tribute Ass Dragon to summon Stardust and Quick Synchro, giving you back an 8-star body for free. And because Dissipator can be summoned by syncing Stardust with a 2 and can summon your now banished Assault Synchron, you functionally get 2 level 10 Synchros for the price of 1. Bear in mind that if you use Ass Dragon to revive Assault Synchron and it's still on field when you activate the tag out, it can't trigger because it's not in the graveyard yet, so you'll need another level 2 tuner in rotation to make it work. A great home for this little guy is Sprite, since he's a free 2 on board to summon sprites off of, and can ramp through Cupid Pitch into your Ass Dragon plays, kinda like a less conditional Apple Dragon. You can also play it in the jank 5D's Legacy support deck. I see you typing in the comments right now, you little shit. That's right, I'm in your fucking walls. Deal with it, dumbass. Hey, watch this, Joshua Schmidt. Boo!
Try Edge Master. How about you try edging a girl? Please tell me what the other cards in the set are. I'm fucking begging you.
TRHEDGE Master is a level 6 synchro that activates one of 3 effects when it's summoned, or all 3 if it was summoned with 3 or more materials. If it's made with a 1 or 5, you pop a card. With a 2 and a 4, you draw a card. And with a 3 and a 3, it becomes a tuner. A little awkward, but we can work with it. Obviously, you want to make it both with the 3 material effect and on your opponent's turn if possible. Best way to do that is probably Melfi, since 1 Wally gets you to pin you with 2 2s in hand to synchro with. Problem though is that becoming a tuner is at best not very useful, and at worst an active hindrance, since that makes it difficult for most quick effect synchro summons to make use of him. You could of course target him with Hopbeard Squadron before his effect resolves while he's still a non-tuner, but it's hard to justify making him over something like Desert Locusts when he's making it very clear he's not a team player. Such a finicky card to work with, but one to keep an eye on nonetheless. Cattycorn searches any field spell when it's special summoned, and when it's destroyed, searches a field spell with the same name as one in your graveyard. Let's see, there's bound to be plenty we can do with that. For starters, it lets you use Lonefire as a Planet Pathfinder that lets you keep a body on board, but every deck that plays Planet Pathfinder gets value out of not having to keep the body. Okay, scratch that. You can use this as your Jasmine summon and Plant Link to search... Wait, fuck, Jasmine already got you all the field spells you've ever bothered playing. Okay, maybe you can do something with popping it to loop field spells that aren't once per turn. Okay, but what loopable field spell is even still at 3? Alright, what about searching Necro Valley and Plant Link? Is that enough? No? You need to reserve the field zone for Con-Con? Jiminy Christmas, how did they manage to make a card this good bad? Unless we figure out some radical new combo line for Plant Link that, I don't know, pivots into Dragon Link or ABC or some shit, this just looks kinda pointless. Mid-Galaxy card, Mid-Code Talker card, Junk Mail, Jury Duty, Blackmail. Where are all the good cards? Fuck it, I'm just gonna start lying. I'm just gonna write about Sharnga and Protection of the Elements and shit, and if they're not in there, I'm just gonna be so mad. Duality is a quick play spell that tributes a light or dark to summon a monster with the same type and level but the opposite attribute from hand or extra deck, and can banish itself from graveyard to shuffle back a light and a dark, then draw 1. Shadow's Light is a normal spell that targets a dark you control to summon a light with the same type and level from your deck or extra deck. These right here are part of a very depressing group of cards, the type of cards that you know someone much smarter than you will figure out how to use. Meanwhile, you're stuck asking your Discord for even middling ideas while they shout lines that don't work for 3 hours. Let's rattle off a few ideas to get the creative juices flowing, shall we? For starters, Branded can use Duality to trade a red Albion for a white Albion, getting your boss monster on the field and your combo piece in the graveyard to either use its search effect or to fuse away with its own effect without losing a body on board. You can also tag the spellcaster type Gronguignol into Dragoon. Remember this guy? Being a quick play, we can skirt around the fusion lock and turn a Lubra into Herald of the Arclight, or Mirror Jade into Chi-Xiao. Think about it, you can banish the Mirror Jade for Chi-Xiao's effect. Anything for 1 negate, right guys? Bestials can become Malong, giving you a few more options of how to make Dissipator. No, I got it, you can get Quem to dodge Imperm by tagging her into Camion Wizard. I'm losing my grip on reality trying to find the sauce here. A slightly more hinged idea is to tag Wyver Burster into Darkfire Dragon as a way to get 2 dragons on field without needing to go through your 1-of Striker Dragon. Since Duality can shuffle back the Darkfire and the Wyver Burster, this play has some amount of repeatability, and you can double up on ways to summon Darkfire by playing Ready Fusion without one being dead in hand if you draw them both. Shadow's Light can target Ad Libitum on field to summon Christia from deck, because notably what Brandon was missing was a way to summon Floodgates. Blackwing Sharnger the Waning Moon can special summon itself if there's a monster with 2,000 or more attack on field, and if you control a Blackwing Synchro, can banish itself as a quick effect to pop a face-up card your opponent controls. Huge fan of this design philosophy, great going first and second, strengthens your end board without making you pivot your combo towards yet another new boss monster, and providing a type of disruption Blackwing didn't have before. In Master Duel, Blackwing's newest support dropped with Shanga, and it did not really matter. One fun idea before I go, since Armor Master just requires a Blackwing tuner, you could play Shanga and Sprite to ramp up into Ash Dragon and have a Towers with a Dryden effect attached as part of your board, but I've yet to find a really consistent way to enable that. Protection of the Elements is a counter trap that temporarily banishes an elemental hero you control to negate a spell or trap. And if you control elemental hero Terra Firma, it revives a hero or something like that. I'm not going to play Terra Firma, I don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud honor to present to you the Hero Spell Negate. Yes, that's right, no more giving your opponent Dark Angel and just praying they're not on a Link monster. Now you can tank a Raigeki at the cost of, I guess having to leave up an E-Hero. Shit, that's really not that great. These cards still suck. At least it is searchable, since it specifically lists Terra Firma, fulfilling the condition on Spirit of Neos. Maybe that's finally an excuse to play the card.
We'll see!
Golden Rule places 2 Crystal Beasts from deck, and then summons a Crystal Beast from hand or graveyard with a different name. I'm not above admitting I underestimate Crystal Beasts, even their advanced cousins, and this card is an incredible enabler for them with nothing but upside as far as the eye can see. Placing 2 from deck and looping Pegasus for a third advances their game plan faster than ever before. If you special summon Carbuncle with it, you can even pull the 2 CBs you placed out of the back row and right into a big Xyz or Link play. Being a crystal card means you can instantly set it up by using Bridge of the Heart to pop any beast in hand to search Golden Rule. If you have Advanced Dark on the field, you can even use it to place Advanced Carbuncle and another Advanced CB to immediately use its effect from the back row. A lot of powerful applications that maybe don't address the specific reservations I had about the deck, but are undeniably powerful. Link Decoder is a link 1 for any level 4 or lower Cyburst that reborns itself if it's linked off to summon a Cyburst monster with 2,300 or more attack. You guys don't get it, it's a Cyburst monster that special summons itself. This card shot Mathmech up to top tier in the OCG with much cleaner 1-card lines to make Terahertz, even though Terahertz isn't actually any good, while going through Heat Soul along the way for a draw. With stuff like Firewall Defensor around, the market was open for a better link 1 to convert into, and a free body fits the bill nicely. Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage is a fusion of 2 E-Heroes with different attributes that searches a favorite card on summon. No, not those favorite cards, these favorite cards. Also, if you fusion summoned it using a normal monster, you contribute it to summon a level 7 or lower E-Hero that can't be normal summoned or set from deck or extra deck. Neo Bubbleman fans, that long night is over. They brought our beautiful boy home. Why does this card even say from deck? Both the main deck targets are horrendous. It's like explicitly a Neo Bubbleman joke at this point, right? Anyway, this card single-handedly unites years of unrelated mid-tier hero support into one united line. By using Infernal Devicer to reveal Neos Wingman and search Vanilla Neos or Spirit of Neos to tag out into it, you can fusion summon this card with its second effect live while putting both Neos and Wingman monster in the graveyard, setting up the favorite contact that Wingman will search. And since it can tag out into Sunrise, which searches Miracle Fusion whenever it's special summoned, you can then proceed into your regularly scheduled wake-up combos, letting you end on DPE, Darklaw, and Shining Neos Wingman, popping 2 or 3 cards with a decent amount of consistency. Turns out we just couldn't see the vision when they were cooking up these waves of support. Kevin Feige was burning the candle at both ends, planning the GX cinematic universe, and by God, we're getting close to Infinity War. Black Mamba,
The Black Mamba,
is a reptile that summons itself if you control a reptile, and can mill a reptile to change an opponent's monster's battle position. Yeah, I actually don't have anything to say about this card, I just wanted to play the Megamon clip.
The Black Mamba.
Photon Jumper searches a Galaxy spell or trap when it's sent to the graveyard. This card fits nicely with the new support from Photon Hypernova, making Galaxy 100 a 1-card combo by searching Galaxy Trance. Ties the whole thing together, but you know, it's still Galaxy Photon. And finally, Sky Striker Ace Azalea is a Link 2 that needs any 2 light or dark monsters, pops a card on field on summon, and sends itself to the graveyard if you have 3 or less spells in grave. This card is good in Striker, even though it might take a bit of effort to get the materials on board, but generically this card is an incredible board breaker for any deck that runs light or dark monsters. For decks like Purely, it works similar to Donner as an out to Ibly that also removes some of your opponent's field, but has the added benefit of being able to out Floodgates, although not necessarily as well as Protector of the Agents does, does, decks like Sprite can use it not only going second, but also as a summon with Masquerena that you can still make after being locked by Sprite's starter. The reprints are pretty good. The adventure cards, the Punks, Zeus, and Welcome Labyrinth all needed reprints, but the best among them are all still secret rares following in a recent and depressing trend of only ever reprinting expensive cards at the highest rarity possible, so the needle on accessibility only ever moves an inch at a time. Call me ungrateful, but I wasn't really impressed when Prosperity went from $120 to $50. Also, Sagitama got a reprint after only about a month and a half. Interesting new trend of rarity bumping core set commons super quickly that I guess didn't get much funnier than the time they reprinted Scareclaw Kashtira a day before it came out. Motherfucker got pre-printed. That's all I got for you today. Sorry to anyone still holding out hope for another little song. We're still working on getting those back into production. Good set. I wish they had told me that the set was going to be good ahead of time so I could, get excited for it. Whoever was in charge of deciding the cover card should be fired. I spent the last month trying to figure out how to write an entire paragraph about Dideratant the Ooze Giant. But nevertheless, I will move forward undeterred no matter how ass Konami is at marketing their own products. Please tell me which secretly broken piece of pack filler you're the most mad at me about in the comments down below, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Later.